Welcome back. Today, we're diving into a truly unique case study. It's one family's spiritual journey and, well, the intricate threads of karma weaving through their lives.
Yes, it's quite a profound personal account we received from a listener. It details their family's connection to a spiritual path, the challenges they've faced, and some really specific questions about past actions and present consequences.
Exactly. And our mission for this deep dive.
Well, our mission is really to unpack this complex narrative. We want to explore how these past actions, what we call karma, shape destiny, relationships, even health, all through the lens of this one family's experiences.
We're looking for those aha moments.
That sounds great.
Connecting their story to these bigger universal principles.
Precisely, offering you, the listener, a clearer understanding.
And we've got some really intriguing questions lined up, like what's the karmic deal with a grandfather who bred fighting fish but used the profits for charity?
Or the spiritual roots behind a husband's severe mental health issues.
And why a couple might struggle for years to conceive. Okay, let's jump right in.
Sounds good.
So this family's journey, their spiritual awakening, it really kicked off in 1989. Quite unexpectedly, actually.
Right.
It began when the eldest sister, just graduated from university, saw a newspaper ad for a PR officer. She applied.
And the twist.
Nobody, not even her, knew it was for a temple Wat Phra Dhammakaya. They'd never even heard the name before.
That's remarkable. It really speaks to, well, what some might call divine intervention, doesn't it?
It does. And within a month of her starting training there, the entire family got involved with the temple.
So it wasn't just a job hunt. It became the starting point for their whole family's journey of building merit, accumulating good deeds.
It really shows how one seemingly small event can just open up a whole new path.
Absolutely. A path for the whole family.
And this eldest sister, she really threw herself into it, became true PR officer for the temple, inviting her family constantly.
Bringing them into the fold.
Yeah, inviting them to make merit, join activities. We're talking significant contributions, too, like Kathina ceremonies 3 times with the Great Master and creating 31 Buddhist statues.
Wow. That early dedication, especially from the eldest sister, it clearly laid a very strong spiritual foundation for everyone.
It set the tone, definitely.
Fostered that deep connection and set their course.
Now, our narrator, she's the middle daughter of 5 siblings. She describes her family back then as loving, supportive, but she also hints that she eventually had to venture out, to face her own karmic destiny.
Foreshadowing the challenges to come.
Exactly. So let's start digging into that destiny, beginning with her paternal grandparents. The grandfather first.
Okay.
He sounds like a good man, kind, charitable, a traditional doctor who treated villagers for free.
A pillar of the community, it seems.
But here's where it gets really interesting. He also bred fighting fish.
Okay.
Not for himself, mind you. He sold them to others. But, and this is the key part, he used the money from selling those fish to buy medicine for his free treatments.
Right. So the classic question, what's the karmic balance there?
Yeah.
Using money from, let's face it, facilitating harm for acts of charity.
Yeah, what's the outcome?
Well, this is a textbook example of merit mixed with demerit, or bun bon bop, as it's known in Thai.
Merit mixed with demerit.
Okay.
The act of breeding and selling animals specifically for fighting, that generates demerit, no question. It's linked to causing harm.
Right.
But using those funds for healing, for medicine, for helping others, that's clear merit.
So how did that play out in his life?
It manifested as, well, kind of paradox. He was apparently quite prone to illness, physical weakness. That's the demerit showing up. But because of the merit, he always found the means to recover. He always had access to healing, to resources. It created this cycle, getting sick, but always getting better.
Fascinating. So the story goes he eventually got very ill, developed a perforated intestine, and passed away at 90. What karma led to that specific issue, the perforated intestine? And, what happened after? Where did he go?
The perforated intestine is seen as primarily the result of that fighting fish karma, compounded by what's called panatipa karma, basically. The karma of taking animal life from past actions as well as the present.
Okay. As for his transition, his katinamit, or death vision, it was described as mixed. Not entirely bright, not entirely clouded. His mind wasn't perfectly clear.
So, not ideal, but not terrible either.
Exactly. But because of all his accumulated good deeds, the worldly charity, the Buddhist merit, he was reborn in a higher realm, specifically as a good-level Brahmadeva, a celestial being in a state of deep peace.
A Brahmadeva.
Yes. And the merit that his family made for him after his death further boosted his condition there, enhanced his new existence.
It really shows how nuanced this all is.
Yeah.
Not just good or bad.
Absolutely. Even actions with good intentions, if they involve harm somewhere along the line, create these complex results. Healing mixed with challenges. It really pushes us to look at the whole picture of our actions.
Okay, now what about his wife, the grandmother? She sounds lovely, diligent, honest, kind, loved making merit.
Yes, and a skilled dessert maker too, apparently, often helping at community events.
She died of an enlarged heart at 75, just 20 days after her husband. What's the karmic story behind her enlarged heart and her afterlife?
Her enlarged heart, the sources suggest, stemmed from karmic imprints from past lives. Specifically, actions related to preparing food where taking animal life was involved.
Ah, the Panatipa karma again.
Yes, combined with karma from overworking animals, perhaps in a past agricultural society.
Interesting. And her transition.
Unlike her husband, her Katinamit was bright, clear, peaceful. She was reborn as a goddess, an apsara, with a beautiful golden mansion in Tavatimsa heaven, a very pleasant heavenly realm.
Wow, so her merit really shone through.
Yes, her Buddhist merit and her worldly charity. And again, the posthumous merit offerings made by the family further enriched her divine state, her heavenly possessions.
It's amazing how specific these links seem to be. Actions related to food prep leading to a heart condition decades, maybe lifetimes later.
It really highlights how even seemingly small everyday actions, especially those repeated over time or done within a certain cultural context, can leave distinct karmic footprints, even for fundamentally good people.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How mindful are you of the subtle karmic traces of your own daily choices, from what you eat to how you earn a living?
That's the key question, isn't it? Self-reflection.
Okay, so we've seen the foundation laid by the grandparents. Now let's get into the narrator's own story. Things start to unfold when she's 18, first year of university.
Right.
She meets a neighbor, a guy who's 23, at a family merit-making event. He'd finished vocational school but wasn't working. He stayed at home due to what was described as a nervous disease.
Okay, so challenges right from the start.
Definitely. And here's where it gets really, really strange. He tells her this story from when he was 17.
Go on.
He says he got lost in a forest in Sukhothai, spent a night on a hill talking to unknown entities, and apparently various animals were just sitting there listening to this conversation.
Wow. That's unusual.
To say the least. After he got home from that experience, he developed symptoms, insomnia, talking to strangers inappropriately, and he kept mentioning these two Gumar Thong.
Ah, the spirit child entities from Thai folklore, often linked with protection, sometimes darker magic.
Exactly. He claimed these two, named Gumar G and Gumar Wet, saved him in the forest. His family initially thought he was possessed, took him to spirit mediums.
Understandable reaction given the story.
Eventually, doctors diagnosed him with a lithium deficiency. He needed lifelong medication, even electroshock therapy when symptoms got severe. So the big question, who was he really talking to in that forest? Was any of it real? Did he actually have Gumar Thong?
Okay, let's unpack this. According to the analysis we have, what he experienced was not real. It's described as a delusional image, a Phap Luang Ta.
A delusion. Caused by what?
Directly caused by residual karma from two main things in his past lives: significant alcohol consumption and a reverence for black magic practices, specifically offering alcohol to practitioners of those arts.
Alcohol, karma, and black magic reverence, leading to visions.
Precisely. And importantly, there were no actual Gumar Thong involved. That was part of the delusion generated by this past karma. The advice given was clear. He needs to completely let go of these stories, forget them, and focus intensely on making merit now.
That's quite an explanation. Past life alcohol use manifesting as what looks like severe mental illness.
It raises a profound point, doesn't it? How past actions, even things like drinking or dabbling in superstition, can create the conditions for serious mental and emotional challenges in this life. It underscores how karma operates on all levels: physical, mental, emotional.
Okay, so he had these underlying issues, and despite inheriting a lot of money from land sales, his life continued to be difficult. Business ventures failed repeatedly.
Right.
He started a small lathe factory, failed, tried a land venture, got cheated by his friends, lost all his money, ended up in debt.
A pattern of loss.
So, what specific karma led to the mental illness, the business failures, and being cheated like that?
The analysis points to a specific past life transgression. He cheated a close friend in business. He claimed they were making huge losses when, in fact, he was making massive profits himself.
Wow.
He kept up this deception until his friend was completely ruined, lost everything. That specific act of betrayal and dishonesty is the root of being cheated in this life.
And the inability to hold on to wealth. He did inherit money initially.
That initial wealth actually came from generosity in other past lives. But, and this is key in another instance, he regretted donations he had made and actually asked her them back. That act of regretting merit created the karma of being unable to sustain wealth even when it came to him.
So complex. Now, back to the narrator. Her parents were dead set against her marrying him. They told her, don't associate with this lineage, pointing to his father's drinking and promiscuity.
Strong warning.
But she didn't listen. She says love blinded her, and she also felt immense pity for him. Why did she go through with it, knowing his condition, against her parents' wishes?
This connection, again, runs deep into the past. They were actually a married couple in a previous life.
They were married before.
Yes. And interestingly, in that past life, it was she who often made appetizers and served him alcohol, specifically trying to keep him from going out drinking elsewhere.
So she was kind of enabling him, in a way, back then.
In that context, yes. That shared karma, that bond formed around his drinking even then, is what drew her back to him in this life. It created the sense of connection, pity, and responsibility, overriding the warnings and the obvious difficulties.
And predictably, their married life was, as she describes it, filled with suffering.
Sadly, yes.
The husband, who'd seemed helpful before marriage, became unsupportive. His family caused constant friction, the father-in-law's drinking, sisters-in-law who disliked her, and he never stood up for her.
A difficult situation.
She says she accepts this as her karmic result, but keeps making merit. Why was the marriage so unhappy? And crucially, how can she resolve this karmic mess?
The unhappiness stemmed from two main roots. First, as you said, ignoring her parents' very wise warnings. That created its own negative consequence.
Okay.
But more fundamentally, there was a deep lack of alignment between her family and his in terms of sada, sin, tithi faith, morality, and viewpoints. Just fundamentally different values and approaches to life.
That makes sense. So the resolution.
Consistent, dedicated merit-making is key. Doing good deeds, maintaining precepts, meditation. Very importantly, she needs to strive to be a kalyanamit, a good spiritual friend to others, guide them towards goodness.
Be a positive influence.
Exactly. And finally, she needs to make a very strong, very clear aspiration, a wish, to only encounter virtuous people in the future. And, should she ever remarry, to find a partner from a Dhammakaya family, someone with truly aligned spiritual values.
So proactive steps and clear intention.
Yes. Stepping back, it's a powerful illustration of how entangled our lives become through past actions, especially in relationships. It really highlights the importance of shared values, not just affection, for a harmonious life.
Let's talk about children now. The narrator and her husband decided to wait a year after marriage before trying.
Okay.
Then they tried for 2 more years, but no success.
A common and often painful struggle.
What's really fascinating here is how she eventually conceived. It was only after she arranged for the creation of a Phra Dhammakaya statue, engraving her future child's name on it. And then, later, she created another major statue, a central Buddha image. Only then did she get pregnant.
Wow, that's quite specific.
So did making those statues directly cause her son to be born?
It's seen as a powerful supportive factor. Her earnest wish, fueled by the immense merit generated from creating those sacred objects, definitely helped align the conditions.
But it wasn't the sole cause.
No. The deeper analysis suggests they were already destined to be mother and son. They had existing karmic connections binding them. The merit-making acted as a catalyst, allowing that predetermined bond to manifest in this lifetime.
So it's an interplay, destiny and effort.
Exactly. Personal effort, spiritual practice like making merit, working together with these underlying karmic ties to bring about major life events like childbirth.
Okay, but the pregnancy itself sounds like it was incredibly rough.
Yes, it was.
A near miscarriage, bleeding issues. She was diagnosed with high blood pressure preeclampsia, essentially, and ended up delivering prematurely at 7 months.
Very difficult.
Doctors even told her it was too dangerous to have more children. But the good news, her son was born healthy, and she raised him herself. What caused all those complications during the pregnancy?
These difficulties are traced back to residual karma from a specific past life action, selling pregnant cows for slaughter.
That again. Selling pregnant animals.
Yes. That act created this specific negative consequence related to her own pregnancy. Interestingly, her son apparently had similar but lighter karma related to this, which is why the pregnancy was difficult, but he wasn't actually miscarried.
So they shared this karmic pattern.
Yes, mother and son born together partly because of these similar karmic imprints manifesting in related ways.
Her son is now nearly 5. Sounds like a great kid, intelligent, good student, generous, loves making merit. And he apparently constantly says he wants to become a monk for his mother.
That's wonderful.
The big worry, though, will he inherit his father's mental condition?
According to the analysis, no, thankfully not. He's described as coming from a bright place karmically. He doesn't carry that specific, heavy karmic burden related to alcohol and black magic that his father does.
That must be a huge relief.
Absolutely.
Now, the narrator herself also faced a serious health crisis. At one point, severe dengue fever, subcutaneous bleeding, lung pain, weakness.
Yeah.
She recovered with traditional medicine, but she still has lingering issues, specifically a weak uterus.
Another layer of challenges for her.
What caused the dengue and the ongoing uterus problems?
The severe dengue is linked to past life karma from an agricultural society. Apparently, in a fit of anger, she violently beat animals she was working with.
Wow, specific acts leading to specific illnesses.
Yes. And her weak uterus is considered residual karma from that same past act we discussed before selling the pregnant cows for slaughter. It demonstrates how one past action can have multiple distinct consequences ripple through a lifetime.
Okay, let's shift focus slightly to another part of the family, the narrator's younger sister.
All right.
This sister has 3 sons, but apparently she really wished for daughters.
Okay.
Her middle son is particularly interesting. He was offered as a dharma child to the great master when he was just 9 months old. But his behavior is complex.
How so?
He dislikes being looked at or scolded, especially by his parents. Cries easily if upset. He's quiet at school, but apparently very talkative at home. And he swings between being overly self-confident and quite shy.
Quite a mix.
So first off, why only sons for the sister who wanted daughters? And is it actually possible to pray for a specific gender and have it work?
The reason for the 3 sons is their past karmic connection with the sister. They had shared merit from previous lives and were simply destined to be her children this time around.
So it was predetermined by their shared karma.
Essentially, yes. And the positive news is that they do have the merit to be ordained as monks, at least for a short period, fulfilling a potential wish there.
Okay. And praying for gender.
Yes, it is considered possible. But it depends entirely on generating sufficient merit and having the right karmic alignment, the bun simmer, with a potential child possessing the karma associated with the desired gender. It's not just a matter of wishing.
Got it. Merit and karmic compatibility.
Exactly. Which leads into a fascinating point about the karmic basis of gender itself. It's not seen as random.
How so?
The general principle suggested is that individuals who have past karma related to, say, promiscuity or being particularly charming or attractive to others, and whose overall karma aligns with the parents, they tend to be reborn as daughters.
Okay.
Whereas those who don't have that specific type of karma, but whose general karma still aligns with the parents, tend to be born as sons.
That's a really specific karmic explanation for gender.
It is. And thinking about it broadly, it helps us understand how our individual karmas and the shared karma within a family weave together to shape our most intimate relationships, even down to the gender makeup of the family.
Okay, so what about that middle son's difficult, sometimes contradictory behavior? What's causing that?
That's attributed to a small amount of residual karma from alcohol consumption in a past life, just a lingering trace.
Alcohol again. It seems to pop up frequently.
It does seem to have noticeable karmic consequences. The advice for him is gentle, reasoned guidance, lots of encouragement to make merit himself, and his behavior should gradually improve as that residue fades and new merit is made.
And will all 3 sons actually get ordained, as the sister hoped?
They have enough accumulated merit for short-term ordination, yes, a temporary period in robe.
But maybe not lifelong.
For long-term ordination, that requires more. They'd need careful nurturing, deeper spiritual development, and a real, profound understanding of life's truths to make that kind of commitment. The potential is there, but it needs cultivation.
Right. Finally, let's look at the family unit as a whole. The narrator mentions she, her mother, and all the siblings are very close, very loving, and they all make merit together regularly. And we know the eldest sister became a permanent temple official.
A strong, spiritually oriented family.
What's the shared karma that binds them so closely and led the eldest sister down that path of service?
Their connection runs very deep, rooted in shared past lives dedicated to supporting the Sangha, the monastic community. They acted as supply line troops, Kong Sabyang.
Supply line troops, meaning?
Providing support, resources, food, requisites for monks and the temple. Sometimes they were fully dedicated to this role, sometimes more intermittently across different lives. But the pattern was there.
So they worked together supporting Buddhism in the past.
Exactly. The eldest sister specifically had a notable past life during the era of a king who famously renounced his throne to become a monk. In that life, she was one of his soldiers who also ordained and followed him, dedicating her life to the Dhamma. She became a Dhamma broadcaster and achieved high levels of meditation.
Wow. So her current path is a direct continuation.
A very clear continuation of that past life commitment. This shared history of spiritual service explains their strong bond now and their collective dedication to merit-making.
So what's the advice for them going forward?
To continue making merit fully in every possible way, generosity, morality, meditation, and importantly, to aspire together, to make a collective wish, to be reborn in the special merit field of Boram Photisat, Ket Boram Photisat.
What is that exactly?
It's essentially aspiring to be reborn in a special realm or sphere associated with very advanced bodhisattvas, beings dedicated to enlightenment for all. The idea is that by aspiring together to reach this high spiritual destination, they won't be separated from each other across future lifetimes.
To stay together on the past.
Precisely.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, this incredible family story. What does it all mean for you listening right now?
Yeah, what's the takeaway?
We've seen how every action, every single choice, seems to leave this indelible mark. It shapes individual lives, yes, but also entire family destinies rippling across generations.
And connecting this to the bigger picture, this deep dive is such a powerful reminder that our present situation, whatever it is, it's rarely just random chance. It's often a culmination of past karma.
Right.
But maybe more importantly, it shows that our present actions, what we do right now, are constantly shaping our future.
So it's not just about the past.
Not at all. Which leads to the crucial question for everyone. How can understanding these intricate karmic threads, seeing how they work in a real family's life, empower you? How can it help you make more conscious choices?
Choices to cultivate positive karma.
Exactly, to actively weave the kind of future you hope for yourself and maybe for your family too.
It really speaks to the power of intention, doesn't it? And consistent effort. Making merit, understanding these laws. It offers a way to navigate challenges, maybe resolve old issues, and definitely aspire higher.
It's about taking agency. Understanding the laws doesn't mean fatalism. It means understanding how to work with those laws constructively.
Well said. It's about taking agency over your destiny, one conscious choice at a time. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
We hope exploring this family's threads of karma has given you some profound insights to ponder.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep making those conscious choices.